Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Coffee Ranch with Dano and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. If you have to hit pause on this video, have coffee with us this morning. Happy Monday. We've got a very sad story I want to share with you guys today. We'll be reading from the Miami Herald. This was the most recent article I could find that has covered the latest in the listeria that has been going around like wildfire in different products. This one from the Yusheng Foods. As we know, there have been many different recalls lately on Bruce Pack, the ready-to-eat meats, the Boar's Head. It's like there's just so much E. coli that has been being found in carrots, organic carrots, that seem to be a lot bigger than we initially thought. These things continue to grow, guys, and that is why we try to make you aware. Not to scare, but to make you aware of these things going on. So I'm going to be reading through the Miami Herald, as this is the latest update that I could find. This is a very sad story, just letting you know this right off the bat here. So the Miami Herald says, food from the Carolinas, dead twins in California, and coast to coast listeria recall. It's getting serious, guys. This is beyond belief. This is just unreal. So we're going to read through this here, and we're going to chat for a little bit. A South Carolina food company expanded its recall of chicken, pork, and beef products after an outbreak of listeria sicknesses, including at least one infant death in California. Yusheng Food, based in Spartanburg, South Carolina, originally recalled 4,589 pounds of Asian-themed ready-to-eat foods on November 9th, which we covered. 3 weeks after the USDA Food Safety and Inspection Service found listeria in finished product from Yusheng and environmental samples. Over the next 11 days, the listeria illnesses were linked with Yusheng, so Yusheng added another 67,651 pounds, totaling around 72,000 pounds, Thursday to the recall. And then they have a full list of the 23 products listed, which is more than what we initially talked about. We always talk about these things growing as they happen. We knew things like Bruce Pack was going to grow. We knew that the Boar's Head was going to grow. We get the initial story, and then we try to tell people, well, hold off if you have some of these extra products or some of these other products, because they have the tendency to grow. Plus things like listeria with cross-contamination and these things, they tend to get much worse. Okay, so reading on here, quote, working in conjunction with public health partners, the FSIS determined that there is a link between the ready-to-eat meat and poultry products from Yusheng Food Incorporated and illness cluster, end quote, the USDA said. The cluster was in California, which the CDC said had 7 of the 11 people officially counted in the outbreak, because most people recover from foodborne illnesses without medical attention. Outbreak official illnesses counts usually are well under the actual number of people sick. We've talked about this a lot, because a lot of people recover from said sicknesses, as to where it may not affect, hundreds or even thousands of people. You may just blow your nose a couple times and, it's like, well, it may just not have affected you, and it does have the tendency to affect people who are immune compromised, or young children, or senior citizens. In pregnant women, listeria can also cause miscarriages and stillbirths, as they say here. Quote, in California, one pregnant person and their twins were sick, and both infants died, end quote, the CDC said. Quote, the listeria was found in a sample from the mother and from one of the twin infants, but it could not be found in a sample from the other infant. Because of this, only the mother and the one twin are included as confirmed cases in this outbreak. One other listeria illness was reported in an infant who was sick and recovered, end quote. The other 4 people counted were 2 in Illinois and 1 in New Jersey and 1 in New York. Quote, among the 8 people interviewed, 7 people shopped in person and online at markets where Yusheng food products are sold, end quote, the CDC said. Quote, 2 people specifically reported eating Yusheng brand ready-to-eat chicken products, end quote. Now here, if you have any of these products, as you know, we have gone over these in previous videos. I highly recommend either checking out the Miami Herald article on this. It is on the FDA website, it's on the CDC website. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard this story, as I have noticed, me and Jessica have both noticed, that this is made part in national news. But we're going to talk about that here in a minute. If you have any of the recalled products, throw them away or return them to the store for a full refund. Get your money back. Get your money back, because that's the only way that they're ever going to learn. That's the only way that they're going to pay for their mistakes. And their mistakes look like they're costing lives. It kind of sickens me when I walk into a grocery store now and I see Boar's Head meats everywhere after a huge recall. Yes, that was the liverwurst, and I know things happen, but things are happening quite often here. Things are happening very frequently. There were 10 deaths from that Listeria outbreak of Boar's Head. And we don't even know some of the repercussions that is going to happen from the Bruce Pack recall that has affected 11.8 million pounds of ready-to-eat meats that have been sent to schools and restaurants. 10 million of which was announced way before. This was a disturbing one with the Bruce Pack, because I felt like if they would have been a little more upfront very quickly about it, they might have saved, some people from getting these products. That was a very, very slow process. Any questions about this recall can be emailed to Ling, L-I-N-G, ling16099@yahoo.com, or asked of Yusheng plant manager Ling Li at area code 864-310-6313. And I would not doubt at all that we will be getting more information from this recall as well. We continue to get more information from Bruce Pack. Even Boar's Head. The Boar's Head thing has been quiet for a while, but I wouldn't be surprised if we start. Here's the thing about Listeria, and we've talked about this a lot. It can take up to 70 days. It can take up to 70 days to know if you are sick or not. How sickening is that to know that? I almost feel terrible saying this because I don't want people to worry. But again, we don't scare, we make aware. We want to make sure that everyone is safe. We want to make sure that the products that we talk about here are out of your fridge and that you have time to clean the product out. This has been a scary time, guys. This has been more recalls than I think we've ever seen, especially in food and other products. There's been a lot of recalls on a lot of other things too. Cars, trucks, and we don't even cover those. We don't have the time. I don't have the workforce to be able to cover everything going on, but it's becoming a living nightmare. And by putting this out here, by talking about this, I just want people to be aware of what's going on, and to just make sure that you're always checking these things. You once you start checking these things on a regular basis, you may get notifications when there are recalls. I spent a lot of the day talking to some people on different recalls, and the one thing that kind of shocked me, but didn't really, I guess, a lot of people don't know anything about them. Don't know anything about them, and that is a shame, because it's like if you're not directly searching for some of these things, you're not going to find it on the TV. You're not going to find a lot of this, right? I guess it's not big enough news. Now, we have news articles. We have different groups, that we see online. Food Safety News, USA Today, Newsweek. Miami Herald is one that I actually really like. They cover these stories, and they cover them with heart, right? They cover them with, hey, this is a disturbing subject. Let's talk about this as calmly as possible. Um, and I was just kind of like, I didn't really know what to think. And, a couple people that I was talking to today who had, they welcome to the channel. A couple people I met today, they're watching the channel now, and they're just in utter shock of everything going on, that they had no idea. So I ask that you share the message. You feel free to share our videos with your social media. Feel free to like, that helps the algorithm spread our video out. All the likes that we get, all the thumbs up, all the interactions, all the comments, all the subscribers helps push the message. And that is what is important, guys, the message. We need to make sure that people are aware of these things. Not to go to the grocery store and be scared. But I mean, this is something that it's like, look, with organic carrots, the other day, I feel like, and somebody had mentioned that they went to the Kroger and they saw a bunch of safety recall notices on the carrots. And they were curious. They didn't buy any carrots. They didn't, you see that and you see it, pasted all over the window. It's like you almost just don't want to buy anything in that case. You know what I'm saying? Kroger does a good job with these things. And I do have to say, like, even with, like, Dollar Tree, I know that some people remember the cinnamon recall with Dollar Tree by Supreme Tradition, where they were still having recall notices on that months and months and months later due to high levels of lead in the cinnamon. We'll continue to keep you guys updated on all this. I'll probably have something else out later. Me and Jessica have been doing a lot of stuff, getting ready for the holiday coming up. I hope everybody is going to have a great week. One thing I found out today, a lot of the kids, I guess, a lot of the schools, they're off all week. We only ever got off Thanksgiving and Black Friday. But, yeah, a lot of kids are off for the week, so have fun, kids. Have fun, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the holiday. Keep up with, me and Jessica are always going to be doing some fun videos for you guys as well. Got my new camera that I've been messing with. We're going to be doing some entertaining videos, some uplifting, lighter videos for you guys, as I know a lot of our audience wants to see those. And especially in these crazy times, guys, I have to kind of break away from some of this sometimes, because it gets hard to talk about all these things, especially when you're talking about something like this. The labs, the people, the health inspectors, the people who are testing the foods, this needs to get taken care of. That could be in part of why we are seeing more and more recalls, because maybe it is finally getting taken care of. I hope that's the case. I really do. It's hard for me, as most of you know, I'm a positive person. And I don't like to talk about these things. I don't want to have to talk about these things. But most of the things that we have covered over the last few years, at least on our channel, have been food, ways to save, from everything. From everything that has to do with food, and mine and Jessica's lives. Thank you all, too, for all of your kind comments. Jessica loves reading your guys' comments. She really does. And I told her, I said, even just coming to Kroger and being in the video for a little bit, let's give some laughter. Jessica's hilarious. She is so funny. She can really brighten the mood. And she really appreciates all of you guys watching each and every day and enjoying our content that we're putting out there for you guys. But everybody have a great Monday. I don't know. This is actually Sunday. I'm doing this Sunday night. So this will be out tomorrow morning, Monday morning. Happy Monday. And I may have something out later on tonight for you guys. We'll see what happens. We'll see what's going on. We got a lot of things coming up too. Got a lot of things I'm actually like pre-planning. You guys know me. I like to wing things, but we are kind of pre-planning some things. Maybe do some things we've never done before. Check out some new stuff. We'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.